Well, here we are on another wonderful day of Robocraft. And I'm debating whether I want to play this bot again or if I want to try something different. We'll see what happens. I may change my mind. You know what? Let's go ahead and take this one in battle at least once. So I don't know if anybody has gone out and taken a look at the craft page, but there's another blog. Yeah. They collected some ideas and input from the community, and they kind of summarized what the feedback was, and the Q&A at the end of that. So if you are interested in future path of Robocraft, you should go take a look. Okay. The one thing that seems to be pretty consistent, agreed upon, is that they need to get rid of the crates. So we're probably not going to see any crates anymore. And it also looks like, for now at least, the boosts will probably stay in place just because that was the most controversial of issues. And it didn't seem to be strong consensus. So sounds like for now that's probably just going to stay. Of course, they did leave that one open for so they said that they may come back and revisit that one later. Oh, this queue's taking quite a while. A little too long. Oh, there we go. Bleep, bleep, bleep. DC Skull.
This is Team
no.
Deathmatch.
The size of that
Kill
bot.
the enemy team to win. The first team to reach the target total wins. The battle for Birmingham Power Station has begun.
So that was interesting. Well, that was kind of fun. Let's try something different. Let's try this one. I kind of need to rebuild this one though. When I first built it, it was actually pretty fast because at that time the wings and rudders were pretty fast. Now it's not so fast anymore. I thought about putting a propeller on the back. In fact, I actually did put a propeller on the back, but used up so much CPU that I kind of lost my benefit for damage boost. So I ended up taking that off. Ew, who uses tracks? Actually, Corellia has an amazing bot with a single tank track in the middle of it.
Mr. P!
Hello! How are you?
I'm doing alright. You wanna come join me in the other Discord? I can stay in here if you want, though.
I'm in the middle of a stream right now. Does that matter to you?
Ah, alright. No, it doesn't. It's alright.
Okay. Well, either way.
Yeah. Here, one sec. Since you're in the middle of a stream, I will close my door to make sure no sounds through there.
Are you logged in?
About to right now. I hope my noisy keyboard is not a problem.
Your noisy keyboard?
I have a loud keyboard.
Why would that be a problem? Oh, that doesn't bother me.
Okay.
You gotta remember.
I know a lot of people it really bothers.
Oh, I'm a programmer. I'm around keyboards all the time.
Yeah.
I kind
That's sort of
tune it
like,
out.
yeah, a lot of people found it really bothersome, and then I started playing StarCraft with people. And they were just sort of like, oh, what? Noisy keyboards? That's just literally every single person I ever talked to.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a really nice mechanical keyboard, and they're just mashing on it 100% of the time.
So what mode do you want to play?
I've been mostly playing BA. I'm
Yay? Okay.
hoping
so let me
that
change
this
bots then.
actually does contact to server at some point. Oh, wow, look at that, it did.
It says that you're signed in.
I am.
Yeah. Hey, you want to test something for me?
Yeah, sure.
You want to go to my Twitch stream real fast if you are able?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't actually have a Twitch account.
Oh, okay,
I may
never
not
mind
be
then.
able to do anything.
That's fine. Don't worry about that. I was gonna have, if you had a Twitch account, I was gonna have you pop into chat and see if it recognized you, but if you don't have a Twitch account, it won't do that.
Yeah.
So I've been working on my Twitch bot, and it's up to the point now. If somebody joins chat, it will say hi to them, and it's one of many ways.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And if it's specific people, it'll give a special message, like your mama gets a special message. And
Oh, does he?
yeah, and Joker
I'm sure
gets a
it's
special
very
message.
flattering.
I actually need to add one for Halt Yit too, because he tends to pop in once in a while. Okay, so BA, huh? What kind of bot are you gonna take?
I was planning to take a MSMG copter, although I can take something different if you'd like.
Well, I can do
Would
that
you
too
like
then.
to test a bot not of the Twitch variety, but of the Robocraft variety for me?
Like what?
It's a Mega SMG shotgun hover. I'm not sure if you're interested in those at
Wait,
all.
did I spell
but-
your username wrong? Does it have an H in it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Here, let me upload the version with the carbon gun, because it's nicer.
Ah.
For Mr. P.
Will it automatically update, or will I have to go back into your store?
You'll probably have to go back into my store.
Right.
So here's the funny thing, though. I actually wonder, is your actual last name a P initial?
No. No, Mr. Pythagoras is just my handle.
Yeah. All right. So you got it?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Okay, we're gonna have to do something about this gray color.
I'm sorry, I'm not very creative with my color schemes anymore.
Well, gray is actually good in terms of competitiveness,
Yeah,
but
it's low profile.
yeah, exactly. But you know how tryhard I am. Not.
Not very.
Yeah.
Yeah. There aren't really many tryhards left in AC, I don't think. If I remember correctly.
Oh, there's a few. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, Quantum is fairly. And there's a few players in Mockingbird that are.
What? Tryhard?
Yeah.
Oh, I said in AC.
Oh, in AC. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said RC.
No, in RC there's quite a few tryhard players
There's
left.
still a few good players in AC too. They just,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd the ones that are good in AC aren't really what you would call tryhard. Like, they're good, but they don't, like, beat people down, if you know what I mean. Like, some of our best players, they always play art bots, and so...
Yeah.
so they don't score very well, but they're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
So was it you who bought Blorg?
which one's Blorg?
The one on my store? The my ultimate achievement is
Oh,
a human.
I didn't buy that one, I don't think. You told me
Okay,
about
someone else purchased that.
that. Yeah, 2 people bought it. Yeah.
I wasn't planning for that to happen.
Should I be using camera control?
Yes.
Sideways driving?
I don't know. I've never used sideways driving with it.
Okay, well, let's give it a try, I guess. And BA, right?
Yes. Let me know if we queue. I'm just tabbed out for a bit.
You don't get the sound from it anymore?
I might, but it's very low because I have my sound effects turned down because of Lommel.
Ah, I see. Yeah, my mic seems to be a little less sensitive today. Is it coming in okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just my imagination. There we go.
Oh, there it is. I heard that.
I haven't played one of these bots yet. See how it goes.
They're fun. I mean, one thing that I would say is they'll sometimes unbalance. I would be careful about that.
Fusion shield is now active. Capture the
Oh,
points
blue
to
and
gather
white is
energy
fun.
for your orbital annihilation weapon and destroy the enemy
It's another
base.
nice, simple color scheme.
The battle for Vanguard's end has begun. The enemy has captured the furthest from your base. You have captured the
Shoot
middle
back
point.
as much as I can.
I'm having some issues.
The middle
I
point is
see your issues.
Oops. I completely forgot I have a shotgun on this thing.
Yeah, no, that would have been very helpful. Shotguns tend to do quite a bit of damage.
Up close, yeah.
Oh shit.
The
Oh,
enemy has
how'd they do
captured the
that?
middle point.
My goodness.
No.
You sleeping over there?
Me?
Just kidding.
I'm trying. Just gonna try to prevent capping. Holding. I mean, he seems to have already capped. Oh, that was probably a bad decision right there. Ah, shit. Okay, I'm gonna... No, I'm not gonna get it. Okay, I'm dead. Fucking unintentional dinks. He's probably talking about one of us.
You have captured the point furthest from your base.
XD. Trying to help you out.
Yeah. I'll be dead.
I'm helping Cap.
You have captured the middle point. The enemy's base shield is down. You can raid it to steal energy. The point furthest from your base is under attack. Protonium imbalance detected. A protonium eruption will occur in 30 seconds. The point furthest from your base is under attack. The enemy has captured the point furthest from your base.
Ow.
The enemy are harvesting energy.
Oh shoot, I should have stayed on point. Darn it.
This thing is so fucking tanky.
50%. The point furthest from your base is under attack. The enemy has captured the point furthest from your base. You have captured the point furthest from your base. The enemy's base shield is down.
Yeah, this thing is stable under a ridiculous amount of damage.
Annihilator fully charged. Firing weapon in 3, 2, 1.
I don't care what people say,
Victory.
honestly. Like they're like, oh, I hate block spam. Oh, I hate thruster spam. Oh, I hate gun spam. Like, dude, that's all there is in the game, man.
I was a bit disappointed in Alex. That's the first time I've seen him respond like that to a mod.
Who?
Alex MPEG. He was the railer. I had to silence him.
Suck a dick to get mod? Wow.
Yeah, usually I've never seen him respond like that before. So he must be salty today or something.
Yeah. How long does the silence last?
1 day, unless it's me that gives it, in which case it's forever. No, just kidding. It's just 1 day.
Yeah, I was wondering, 'cause I was like, ooh, forever? Like, for that? Like, if he is
No.
salty 1 day? Like,
No,
I
it's 1
understand being salty 1 day.
Yeah.
I really wanted to sign up to be a mod, but I was really sad because there were, because you know, I don't know if they have a way of checking account warnings.
Oh yeah, they do. Why?
Because I had an account warning.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Well, you know what? If it's been a long time ago, they might overlook it. But you know, it just.
Oh yeah, it was 2015, early 2015.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably wouldn't.
It was a team. It was just around when Sprinters came out, and I was really pissed off by the fact that basically the game had devolved to, let's just stick really high damage weapons on top of legs. And like it was that point where like you didn't actually have to build like with cubes or anything like that. You just had to stick as many high health parts as you could together to make something tanky. And it really pissed me off because I just remember there was this team on the other side who just like it was randoms versus like a whole like there was this big huge platoon and they were all like sprinters attached to modules with shotguns and rails, and they were just killing absolutely everyone. And I guess it turned out there was a mod there because I was just like, oh, it's really pissing me off, and I got super upset. I mean, I was a dumbass, so I mean, it's totally my fault. I can't write it off by saying anything different. It's definitely totally worth the warning. I mean, I think it would have been better to silence. I'm not sure if it was worth an account warning. I think it was just one message. I was like,
Are you sure it wasn't just a silence?
no, because it was actually like I got a warning at the
Well,
end
you're
of the game.
gonna get a pop up, yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
no, it was a pop up that was like
If it doesn't, did it
further
say-
further action or whatever will like could lead to your will lead to an account suspension.
Oh. Somebody must have
Yeah.
been a little heavy-handed then.
Yeah, I mean I don't remember who it was, so yeah. All I remember is it was a moderator.
Yeah.
I don't think they said anything in chat. I think they just did it.
Right. Well, there's Alex again. He's not gonna like me.
No. No, it won't.
Oh well. You don't become friends with everybody when you're a mod, that's for sure.
Nope. For sure not.
Ironically,
Capture
would-
the points
I
together
get
and
more
then
friend
deliver
requests from
orbital
people I
annihilation
silence and
weapon
warn
and
than from
destroy
anybody
them.
else.
The battle for Vanguard.
I mean,
Hilarious.
it's kind of funny. I definitely like people talk shit about like how terrible I am, and I'm just a really bad player, and I'm a horrible person as well, and stuff. I mean, I often invite them to a party
The enemy has
afterwards.
captured their furthest
Like,
point.
we'll see about that.
Captured
And
the
then I just
nearest
sort of
base.
carry from that point forwards.
You have captured the middle point.
That always makes me feel better.
I'm hanging out here at middle. See how long I can keep getting away from it.
I'm just continuing to tap that drill and make sure he doesn't. I'm gonna try to kill the mortar flag. He's dead. Yeah, he really overextended. I'm real. I'd have to back up a little bit. Yeah. I'm pretty hurt. It's the drone behind the thrusters.
I see that.
Take off so that he can't hit me. And then tap his SMG. Which probably just gonna go back to the base and heal. Actually, he might do something with that SMG. Yeah, it's quite possible. Yeah. Order. Okay. Gonna try to make it back. Oh. Oh, and he missed his plasma. we're holding mid, aren't we?
So far. Oh shit, I just lost my gun now.
Need help?
Both guns. Yeah, I'm gonna need help.
Yeah,
The middle point is under attack.
just I can't really get in there being an MSMG, so
Yeah, I don't know where the rest of our team is. One of our teammates is like,
well, I killed the drone, moving back to the healer because I got my gun removed. All right, guns back up. Alex can't hit any shots.
Are you at middle?
I am.
Okay, I'm gonna go around to far then.
I'm holding mid. Wow, they really could have been more aggressive there.
You have captured the point where this
Oh,
target
whoa.
is.
Didn't even make it there
Base
yet.
shield is down. Ready to steal energy. Plutonium imbalance detected. A plutonium eruption will occur in 30 seconds.
Yeah, Rail doesn't have the greatest aim. Not Alex, the other guy.
Defend the protonite.
I think my favorite thing about this build is just how stable and
Dominating.
perfectly it handles. Just the hover. It handles
The point furthest
beautifully.
from your base is under attack. Neural magnet is charged 100%.
So it looks like you basically have a version of this with propellers behind it.
I mean, that was kind of the idea. I wanted to shape it in the same sort of way. It's got less thrusters. It's got more thrusters, actually. Ow! That rail really hurt. That guy's got PSAs.
Annihilator fully charged.
Okay.
Firing weapon in.
I would have died.
2,
That was
1.
really bad overextension of that part.
Victory!
Nice job.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel really rusty with MSMG. Like not that I'm like, I mean these are randoms. I think the only reason that I'm getting more damage than they're dying, I have the ability to get better positioning than you do because I can fly.
Well, I mean, yeah, it helps to be able to fly, but I mean, don't knock success. You're a fairly good player.
I'd say you're a fairly good player for sure.
Whoops! Oh, I did hit the right one. Okay. For a second there, I thought I'd hit TDM, but I guess I hit Battle Arena. Yeah, it's like Strongest Gimp said that the other day, and I was like, you know what? I don't really know how good I am. I just enjoy playing RC.
Yeah. I mean, but you get better with practice, you know.
Well, of course.
I mean,
yeah.
if you play pretty regularly, you're bound to get pretty good.
Yeah.
At least compared to your average player.
Yes, definitely. I mean, the biggest thing is probably just experience, right? And probably the thing that helped me the most was being a member of an active clan, because you know, when you're a member of a clan and you get to know people, they'll share, you know, they'll like give you pointers and things, and they're not hesitant to like tell you, hey, you need to do this kind of thing, because they know you really well. And whereas when you're playing with just randoms, or maybe people who don't know you very well, sometimes they don't give you that kind of feedback. Hello, thanks for joining us.
Someone come on the stream?
Yeah, it actually tells me when somebody joins the channel even before they say anything. I hope I'm not freaking people out. Because I'm tapped into the Twitch API with my bot, and I can get pretty much anything Twitch knows about that's public, of course. That's kind of a cool username, Electrical Longboard. I like that.
That's fun. I really like my username for. I have two usernames that I use for StarCraft.
Yeah?
One of them is Speed Pixel, and the other one is Snow Trooper. Snow spelled with a 0.
Uh-huh.
I like both of those.
Yeah.
Way more than my RC username. I wish there was a way to switch it. To like switch your RC username as long as it wasn't taken. As long as the new one wasn't taken.
As far as what?
The new username that you wanted to use wasn't taken yet. I wish there was a way to switch your in-game username.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
So I'm not 100% happy with mine.
Why? What's wrong with yours?
I don't know. It seemed like nobody can pronounce it. That's the first thing.
Well, how is it supposed to be pronounced?
Wallow?
Oh.
The H is silent.
Yeah. I just assumed that's how it was pronounced.
Yeah.
Hey, Harry's here.
Harry
Hello.
Bronus.
Hello, Harry. We just got into a game.
Hi, Fab Hollow.
Hello. Harry Bronus.
The H is silent.
The
Harry
H is...
Hey, hey, hey.
Just so you know, I have a stream running. I can shut it down anytime you guys want me to.
Capture the points to gather energy for
stream whatever you want.
full annihilation weapon and destroy the enemy base.
Make a sled.
The battle for Tharsis Rift has
Beat
begun.
sled is. I've never tried, so the intricacies are new to me, which is also fun.
Bring the mid. Oh my god. We got the same little piece of shit drone on the enemy team so many times in a row. I mean, I'm sorry, that's rude language to use, but he's tiny and very annoying to try to
Yeah.
shoot. I feel bad now for my choice of words.
You have
But-
captured the point nearest to your base.
Oh my god, that guy.
The lead to your base is under
Yeah,
attack.
he's pretty squishy.
Oh, shit. Ah.
The middle point is under attack. The point nearest to your base is under attack.
I kinda wish they would get rid of this bug where if a rotor
The
is
enemy
too
has
far
captured the
away
point
and the
furthest
rest of
from
them
your
come
base.
off, you just flip all
Yeah.
over the place. It's really weird. I don't feel like that's how the physics should work.
Has captured the middle point.
Getting to be that time of year. I'm helping you out.
You have captured the middle point.
We got the little drone coming in. See the shotgun coming down?
Yeah, I got
Ooh.
him.
The enemy's base shield
Before
is
he hit
down.
the ground.
You can raid it to
Yeah.
steal energy.
Got squishy too.
always feel this way about these like really, really tiny drones. Like they're not really getting much done because they can't get in there. Like I understand the idea of like getting a lot of damage boost, but like if you don't have enough health to stay in and fight, that damage boost doesn't do
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, all these guys are kind of tiny.
Yeah. I mean, except for their one really big guy.
Yeah.
Now, here's the important part. We can't let them have any berries. We have to steal all of them off their base.
Is charging fast.
Oh.
Steal all of their berries. They cannot have yummy, delicious berries. They must be ours.
Your annihilator is charged to 50%.
Are they even going for their point?
Your annihilator is charged to
They're just hiding in their
75%.
bases. I think they're too scared to go for their one. There's nobody even at their point.
I predict a surrender on this one. Or either that or we're just gonna win before anything's done. Yep, I guess we just
Annihilator
win.
fully charged. Firing weapon in 3, 2, 1.
That wasn't too bad. I feel like we did all right in that one.
Just alright, huh?
This,
Oh, Mr. P way outscored me. I feel inferior now.
Oh boy.
Oh,
sled I made goes 575.
that should not be allowed.
So Harry, are you up for a
It's a
BA?
big deal.
You bet
I
he is.
think that the trade-off is perfectly fine. If they kill anything with a 2000 CP rail that is all thrusters, good luck. But I don't know. For some reason, everyone thinks the speed boost is crazy. I blame the weapons that are too strong. That's me. Some plane flies by, I kill it.
I mean, I don't find the speed boost crazy, I just find it kind of annoying. It's annoying that people make pretty much pointless things that can't really do anything, but you can't hit, so they just fly around and piss you off.
So do you have a preference, Harry, or are you okay with playing BA?
Absolutely fine. You just pick the right.
Weren't you in, like, one of Lemon's bombers last time?
To bring that one again if you guys needed medic at all.
Well, I think we can always use medic.
Okay.
I'm playing one of those atrocious things that Fabuelo made me buy.
I'm sorry. Do you want to stop using
No,
it?
I'm just trying to blame you.
Oh, okay.
I really like that. What's it called? Sparrowhawk.
I just
Quite-
queued for
quite
the
a
wrong
nice
thing,
little
guys.
flag.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm going back into Ballerina.
It's all your fault, Mr. P. I'm gonna,
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we all hate you forever now. It's okay, I'll get over it. Eventually.
Eventually.
Eventually. Yeah, it'll take some time for the pain to recede, but, you know. The question is, in this community, where do you get new players that are good?
They,
Well, I think you get
What's that?
new players and they eventually get good.
But does that really happen, though?
If they stick around, yeah.
Yeah, that's true, that's true, that's true.
cultivate.
I think part of the problem we've had recently is I was really good to see them make the comment about how if they see players enjoying themselves, they're actually more prone to stick around. I don't know why nobody figured that one out like years ago. If the veteran players are enjoying themselves and happy, then the newer players see that and they're like, "Oh, cool! This is a fun game," and they stick around longer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I find it very, very weird how inactive Mockingbird is right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think the solo league challenge really took it out of them.
I did it.
We have nearly the same. My clan has nearly the same clan XP as they do, and we are 17 members strong.
Of course, they probably don't have any more members than that as far as active ones.
Oh no. Let's see how many have played.
I want to look at that for AC.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Oh, there's our
14,
bleep, bleep, bleep.
15. 15 players.
Yeah, I
of
kind of
theirs
figured
have
it was
played.
something
So
like that.
that's actually the same as us.
Yeah.
You more
actually-
players with season XP. I was trying to count it just now, but we're in good shape, I think.
How many do we have?
You guys
I
have
got
good next to you right now.
Anyway, I bet we probably have 12 inactives.
Fusion
That's what I'm
shield is
thinking.
now active.
12
You guys
inactive?
don't.
That's what
Capture
I'm
the
thinking.
points
I didn't
together
get
and
a
defo your
good.
annihilation weapon and destroy
You
the enemy
didn't. You
base.
guys don't have like
The battle for Vanguard's
Atlas
end
Core,
has
more like
begun.
Atlas Snore. Haha, JK, love you. Well, I'm very offended, even though I'm not in Atlas Core.
I could care less.
I'm feeling offended for you.
The enemy has captured the point furthest from your base.
Oh,
Atlas Snore.
Captured the point nearest
That's
to your
kind of
base.
funny now.
You have captured the middle point.
is it really, or is it not? Good job.
The middle point is under attack.
Let's take off that.
I mean, now it's kind of true, but like in a good way. I mean that Atlas Core is much more chill than it ever was before.
I would agree with that.
It was the most wholesome and friendly place in the game, in my opinion. And
When I first started, it was, yeah.
Yeah, well, I must have lost track of who the toxic players were. I was playing solo for a while.
Yeah.
For a while, it became
I think part of the issue is that people were giving Jiggy Hound a hard time, and any of those players who were like good players, they were just ripping him a big one for drones and such, and they just got salty about it. Kind of like Quantum is right now, but they tend to be a little salty when people give them a hard time.
well, yeah. Because Quantum is like they're
The enemy
people are not
has
happy with them,
You can rate it
and it's
as
just because they want to play the game how they want to play it.
the point furthest from your base.
Yeah, people forget that the game is free and public.
The point furthest from your base is under attack.
I think MSMG Copter is the good counter.
What are you talking about?
What?
Dominating. Your Our annihilator is
I
charging.
said I'm the counter to mortar. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think Incendiary Lemons is the counter to mortar.
I mean, it totally changed my flyer
Annihilator fully
design.
charged.
Thank
Firing
you,
weapon
man.
in 3, 2.
Using rudders as wings until the Sparrowhawk, and I said, "Hey, wait, you know what? It works."
Nice job. Well, let's be honest.
Can't believe you guys broke my heart like that.
Ooh.
I'm the only one on my team who actually did it.
This
1,000 score. Oh my god.
Yeah.
See
I
what we
told my
gotta
team,
do.
hey, we should surrender, and then I hit the surrender button and we just did. They knew.
Yeah. Sorry
Y'all
about
were,
that.
running the flyers, right?
You're what?
All of you guys were running
Oh, I was in a ground bot.
the plane?
no,
No?
I had
I was the
I had a
MSG
plane.
copter.
Okay, yeah.
To be honest, I couldn't really tell who was who. I was just sort of shooting at everything. I mean, that's how I feel. Like people get mad at me, and I always find it funny. They're like, "Oh, you kill hunter! You've been chasing me all game," and I'm like, "No, I've just been shooting you whenever you come into my line of sight, as I do for everyone."
So, are you platoon with somebody, or did you want to join us?
I'm down for joining. I'm running currently a gyro tilt thing because it's fun.
That's fine.
Ew.
I was expecting at least one.
Ew. Gross.
The more the merrier. That's what I
It
say.
may be gross.
whatever
but
you want,
it's
man.
fun.
The more the merrier, unless it's mortars. Then it's the more. Or is it the mortar the merrier?
Ooh.
Oh, ow! Dang it! I hit the wrong one
You're
again.
very, very quiet.
Ah.
Is it just
Me?
me? I've got you at max, and I can barely hear you.
Who?
Kuyoya.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, sorry about that. Is this better?
Whoa, that's
Oh,
maybe
yes,
overkill.
Thank you. Please fall inside my eardrum.
You're welcome.
You might want to get that surgically removed now.
Oh, forever. I predict your fits from you'll never escape me.
I'm just gonna. I have to battle test this silly.
Joker just joined my chat. Harry, you're going to appreciate this. So in my bot that I made for my Twitch channel, I hard-coded some responses in for specific users. So Joker showed up into my channel and it says, "It's Joker! Run and hide!"
Bam.
And he's like, fish, fish.
Are we already in? That was quick.
Yeah, I was.
We've got 2 Atlas, a Vita, and a meme. This will be quite the experience.
Bot does not count.
Eater of Noobs is his name. I wonder if he's aware that he is a noob.
I don't know. I try not to judge people until they prove it one way or the other.
Yeah, that's true.
Noob starts somewhere.
That's true.
Fusion shield is now active.
Yeah, it's gonna start somewhere. Maybe I'm gonna
Capture
do
the
horribly
points
now.
to
I've
gather
jinxed
energy
myself.
for your orbital
Should I go
annihilation
for
weapon
fire?
And destroy the enemy base.
I'm gonna go mid. Just try
The
to.
battle for first
They've got at
district
least one
has begun.
MSMG shotgun hover, so.
I'm gonna see if I can disturb them a bit.
Disturb? Haven't seen that clan in a long time. Wow. Really remember the.
Far the moment.
Okay, well, I'm gonna help our man here. Cap. Don't die.
I won't.
I believe in you.
Oh,
Oh my god, no, you died.
Base is under attack.
And at the very last second, too.
Yeah, we
Okay,
slowed
well,
him down a bit, I guess, but I was
Now
hoping
I
for
tried
Enemy
to
has
get-
captured the point furthest from your base.
Now a dinosaur with a flak on him is capping mid, so we're all
Yeah,
good.
near I can.
Okay, I guess we're gonna have to go to mid, huh?
Oh my god, all the flyers have llama
On the way
on
to
them.
help the.
You have
Cap
captured
Oh,
by
they
I
got
don't even
mid.
know what
Okay,
it is.
alright.
the point nearest to your base is under attack.
Gotcha.
I don't exactly know what the point of that is. Lock on and then don't fire any shots.
Later, especially as a micro
Yeah.
flyer, often.
Can also be a good way to distract someone from
Nearest to your base is
That's
under
fine.
attack. The enemy has captured the point.
These guys are thinking that deeply into it.
no, but
I believe in them anyways, though. They got it.
gotta give them something to work with here. Like, come on.
Yeah. Giving it their all.
He
Oh.
caught me by surprise.
Nearly out of energy here. Working on Eater of Noobs.
It's hitting you. Yeah, Eater is it's a fast little thing. What is it? Kind of drone?
I might die to this hover here.
Get
Did I
back
get a
on the
little bit of
point.
help under the bridge? Oh, now he's backing
Shit,
off.
my bad.
Ooh, that looked like it hurt.
You have captured the point nearest to your base.
Oh, this man can still see me. Okay, cool. Well. I really need to rework the ghost module. I feel like it's worked better at distance.
Yeah, they're taking middle.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You got a DSM up on it.
The enemy has captured
Okay,
Good.
we're-
It's a nine,
that's
but I
not good
think-
for us.
I'm moving up on it, so I should probably have it relatively cleaned up soon.
Okay, I'm
Yep.
gonna move over to far.
There's at least one of them off
I'm
of
already
it.
on there, but I have limited health, so
Yeah, I see that. That's why I'm
Plutonium
headed to help you.
imbalance detected. A
I'm working on the
plutonium eruption will
bombers.
occur in
Although
30
it looks like
seconds.
you're regenerating.
Captured the point furthest from your base.
okay. I gotta go.
I gotta get up in the air. The shotgun MSG is on it. Yeah, I'm on low energy.
Defend the protonite core to prevent the enemy.
I was killing the crap out of you there.
Your base is under attack.
You gun.
You have captured the middle point. The enemy's base shield is down. You can raid it to steal energy.
The moment when my bot flips over.
Furthest from
That's
your
it.
base is under attack.
I'm very impressed at the
The
amount
middle
that.
point is
Oh
under
shit!
attack.
Wow. I guess he has a lot of damage. God damn. Alright.
Darn MSMG shoddy thing.
I am humble.
Uh-oh.
Dominating. Your annihilator is charging faster. Your annihilator is charged to 100%.
Let us dominate.
An
More
enemy player has
damage.
disconnected. The remaining enemy
I don't
tower
care
above.
for them.
Okay, they're
yeah.
The
capping
point
far.
furthest from your base is under attack.
Alright,
And
let him
who's
do it.
left?
The enemy has captured the point furthest
I'm
from your
trying to
base.
kill people.
Pointed at me, Peter.
Your annihilator is charged to 75%. base is under attack.
Oh, I'm headed back to ours then.
I agree about the lawnmowers. I think that they should go straight as soon as you break lock, rather than chasing you over hills and shit.
I hate when I dodge behind a hill in my little micro flyers, you know? And then if I pop back up, they keep tracking me. That's not fair.
No. It's a little weird. Although I think that has to do with latency.
But what I think is, you know, I'm still like willing to put up with a lot to avoid a drone apocalypse.
I want drones back as more part of meta. I don't care what people say. I never found them annoying. But what I find annoying is lawnmowers.
Well, I was building drones. I was building for a while, but I don't know.
I think what people find annoying is that the only real good counter to a drone is building drones. That's
Rails.
well, yeah, but it's very hard to get good at rails. Good at rails.
Not as hard as it is to learn how to build another drone.
But
You know
the
what I'm
problem is you
saying?
can buy a good
A lot of
drone.
people
Drones.
have a bad taste in their mouth about drones, so they don't want to use them.
Whoa.
They want to use something else other than that. Be like,
Well,
I killed drones. I'm using a drone.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing for me is that like now drones are annoying because when they added TX cubes, they multiplied everything sucked about drones by 1,000,000 times. You're like, I know. What do people find annoying about drones? That they're small and hard to hit and very maneuverable. Let's make them faster and a third the size.
I don't think it's TX blocks that are the issue. though.
Annihilator fully charged.
I think it's
Firing
other
weapon
issues.
in 3, 2.
I think it is though, because like the TX cubes make them smaller and lighter and quicker to maneuver.
Yeah,
so
I
they're
personally
harder-
think it's the
they're
damage
harder to
boost
hit.
system because those small bots wouldn't be viable if it wasn't for the damage boost system.
Well, the small bots really aren't. I mean, you can't really play a really small drone viably. You get hit once or twice by SMG and
True.
you gotta back off.
But I think it's what
Or-
causes people to want to create them is because they see this huge
Best
payoff
thing right
on
now-
damage.
I think the best thing right now is this like 1625 build. It's a Naya build if you look at it. It's on the front page. It's got like 2 layers of shields on the front. And it's just like, it's shit like that wasn't really possible before. You still had to like actually engage people with drones. Now you can just sort of like sit on the edge of render distance and bob around and nobody will ever hit you. And when they do, they won't do anything. So
Which one is it?
Yeah, and if you're somebody like, you know, like you were talking about Jiggy earlier, who has aim,
Oh, I see the one you're talking about.
Incredible
Yes.
aim.
yeah. I mean, I don't even understand like what world he comes from. I can't do that. Am I just really old?
Hey, be careful there. I'm older than you.
Um,
oh shit.
I'm over 40.
Same here.
You know, so I don't know or whatever. But so yes, those folks.
I'd say my feeling on it is that like drones before I never minded because I actually like it just made total sense to me. People were like, why are drones better than everything else? And I was like, well, drones are better than everything else because in terms of both because like they're the highest skill cap thing you can make, which makes sense that they should be the best. That's why it didn't make any sense to me when like for a short period of time after they released sprinters, they were like, oh okay, well now pretty much sprinters are the best as like a solo kind of unit, and then drones were reduced to this like you can only really stay alive if you circle jerk with a shitload of nanos. And then it really bothered me because it was just sort of like, oh yeah, just stick whatever the fuck you want on top of legs and then it'll work. And it's
my
like,
goodness.
really, we devolved to this from like the depth that you used to have to put into drones, and I think the only thing that made drones overpowered was the CRF. That
Well,
you could
yes,
just sell
and the
some-
fact that if you built a drone in the past, it was keyboard control, and you had to actually be able to control that with keyboard.
yeah,
That
And
was
it's
that
sort
was
of-
pretty hard.
yeah. I mean,
I'm
I
gonna say
never had
camera
an issue.
controls and CRF
Right.
were the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
Those were the true nails in the coffin.
I don't really think that like camera controls made drones OP, because by that point they had already been receiving a lot of pretty heavy nerfs. It was the
Well-
fact that they were still able to use nanos to heal themselves that was the issue. I mean, drones would still need some
Yeah,
tweaking.
but until
I really-
until the camera controls came out, there were certain weaknesses and skills that were required to actually run a drone. I mean, there were no
Damage.
noob drones.
Damage would
in the
find you
past.
unable to fly. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
like
yeah.
whereas
Well, I mean,
you know,
I
you can
mean-
have nothing on a micro, you know, like T4 or T2
Yeah.
drone. And it just
Yeah, without
flies
camera
over
control,
those.
it was impossible to make one of those little micro drones because you lost complete control.
oh yeah, well, but even now, like, I mean, I completely believe that micro drones have never and will never really be fully viable. I mean,
Oh well,
you
true.
can-
Yes, yeah,
you
they're just
can
annoying.
Use them. Yeah,
They're
you
annoying.
can use them to some effect, but like they're the same thing as like speed planes are for me. Do I really give a shit enough that I would have like that shit nerfed into the ground and then removed from the game? No, because they don't actually like they're really not that big an issue, but they are irritating.
They can be.
So I think the big thing is like I don't mind drones being the best option if they were to find a way to make them considerably harder to attain by newer players.
Well, I think that's what Harry and I
Yeah.
are saying is that the
Yeah.
biggest thing that makes them attainable to newer players is camera control.
Well, it's not just that. I think it's
Well, the CRF also, but-
really,
But seriously,
really, I mean,
you never saw younger or new players playing drones prior to camera control existing. It just was never.
well, it's really
happening.
not that hard. I mean, I had a friend who I had try one back then.
Yeah.
I made this thing, and he had never played the game before.
Right.
And I was like, here. I mean,
Well,
do
there
you
might
like
be
this? I
somebody
think
that
it's
could
pretty
do
cool.
it.
And
You
he
just
tried
didn't
it,
see it
and
very
he
often.
flew it totally fine. I mean, they really weren't that difficult to control. I saw them and I was like, that looks hard. And then I tried it and it really wasn't.
Well, it may not
Anyways.
be for you, but
I gotta go, guys.
oh, you do?
All right,
Yeah,
man.
sorry
Yeah.
about that. You know, I don't mean to just.
Oh, that's
dash,
fine.
But
That's
yeah.
okay.
Anyway,
It's all good.
yeah, I'm gonna agree to disagree.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Have a good one.
See y'all around.
Yeah. See ya.
You too.
That's right, you better run.
What was that?
Mess around.
Oh, you are a little quiet. Let's see.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Sorry, I was talking away from my mic. It's directional, so if I talk from over here, I sound quieter. If I'm back here, it sounds quieter. But if I'm right next to it where I normally am,
I see.
I should sound fine.
Much better.
Got it.
As you know, to I guess if we were to commiserate on the same mindset, you and I, a camera for some things like this it's impossible to play keyboard. It's just-
Right,
I
yeah.
mean, but I was never good enough. I was never good enough to do well in a keyboard drone,
Right. Yes.
and some people were, but not too many.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would say the camera control definitely made certain builds more accessible to people. And actually, I think probably the better solution than just getting rid of camera control is to make it a module. That way, there's a natural trade-off So if somebody wants to have camera control, put a module in there. There's a trade-off CPU-wise.
I think at this point, camera control
Like
is
that.
so ingrained to so many builds that it would actually break too much.
That's possible, but we've
because there's a
certainly had
lot
our
of
bots built
things that
before.
rely.
I've had how many?
We've
I can't
critically
count the
broken
number of
people.
bots that have broken over the years.
Yeah. And you know, at this point, like, being such a long time player, from my perspective, solitaire, sort of, I don't even know, I'm at a loss for words right now, but from my perspective, I welcome the opportunity to rebuild because
Yeah, same here.
how to make a build work, that's the
Oh,
exciting
yeah.
thing about the game. So,
Yeah, I think it gets really dull if you don't have
The
to
exciting
rebuild.
or the frustrating, I think you mean.
Yeah, I mean, it is disappointing when you have an awesome build. Like, I built a bot called the Half-Baked Healer that was awesome, and I got to play it for one day. And I got tons of people asking to make a tutorial how to build it and all this kind of stuff. And then the next day, it was broke.
that's painful.
Ripperoni and pepperoni. That is the way things go.
Yeah.
I've had many. I still have a few 10 or 12 bots in my garages. Are all pieces at this point.
What'll be interesting to see is when, because I
Capture
think
the
Free
points
Gem
to gather
Hey,
energy
talked
from
about
your
it.
orbital annihilation
Gotcha.
weapon and destroy
Was
the enemy
returning
base.
crystal towers,
Gonna try to hit that.
like occasionally,
Has begun.
which is interesting because currently there's like this whole like tanky hold down the point bots type thing going on.
Out.
And if suddenly there's crystal towers instead of just points,
The enemy has
they aren't going to be
captured
as
the furthest
effective, so
part
they're
of
going to
the
have
base.
to figure out a secondary.
You have captured them. It is under attack.
Oh, did I get my guns all knocked off? I did, darn it.
The point nearest to your base is under
Like
attack.
how I just took 5 mecha rail shots. Oh man.
Here, I'm not gonna be able to do anything about it.
Base is under attack.
Okay, so middle is safe at the moment. Kinda sorta. Oops.
Out of gun range.
Oh god. Oh my goodness. Actual hell.
Come on, get this guy. Oh no.
Under attack.
Freaking point. Okay. That's one of the most frustrating things, watching guys like try to defend a point from off of the point.
Oh, I know. Like, nope, play on point, please. But it's even worse is when you and the rest of your team are doing like the cap far 2/3 and then go for mid strat, and some rando decides I'm gonna go fully cap far for them, haha. And then any team that has far, once again, is super easy to recap for them because you're all at mid.
You want to leave that.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes people don't realize that. So they'll-
Ah,
Under
okay.
attack.
I'm dead now.
The point nearest to your base is under attack.
I think we're maybe spending too much time
enemy has
protecting
captured the
points, and
middle
maybe need to spend more time capping.
Yeah, get
The
them
point
moving
nearest
around.
to your base is under attack.
Try to spread them out because currently they're being grouped up like this is stupid. Mega Rail does 5%.
Protonium imbalance detected. A protonium eruption will occur in 30 seconds. The point nearest to your base is under attack. The enemy has captured the point
Yeah,
nearest
that's
to
what
your
I'm
base.
afraid of.
Our base shield is down. Capture it and destroy the shield.
Luckily, with something. Good.
Plutonium eruption imminent. Defend the protonite core to prevent the enemy from harvesting its energy. Plutonium eruption reverted. You have captured the point furthest from your base. Your fusion shield is now active. The point furthest from your base is under attack. The enemy has captured the point furthest from your base. Our base shield is down. Capture a point to restore
Alright,
the
incoming
shield.
2 to near. Or 1
You
to
have
near, my
captured
bad.
the point nearest to your base.
Alright, you guys are after this.
You have captured the middle point. The middle point is under attack.
Ah,
The middle point is under attack.
yeah, that's what I figured.
Head to the mid, see if I can help slow it down or whatever. Oof, there's a lot of guys there. Never mind.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
The enemy has captured the middle point.
We need to deal with that healer. That healer is making it impossible to kill that one bot.
The point nearest to your base is under attack.
I'm fighting off near with like 4 rails. Yeah.
You have captured the middle point. The point nearest to your base is under attack.
Go can a little bit. I'll be right back. How do you say you're in game? Koyoya.
Kaioya.
Koyoya. Okay.
Sorry, it's like Gaelic, so it's...
The middle point is under
Cool.
attack.
I'm down.
The
But
enemy's
yeah, those words,
annihilator
like,
is
they
charged
don't...
to 50%.
Sometimes they'll be Celtic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll be weird.
The enemy
Because
has
the,
captured
the
the
U is silent, and it makes the C a K, so it
You
goes
have
Kai,
captured
like
the
it's a
point
K,
furthest from your
and then a
base.
Y. Yep. Nope. It's a C and a U. So.
Your annihilator has charged to 50%. Capture the middle point. The enemy's base shield is down.
If I can do something.
The point furthest from your base is under attack. Protonium imbalance detected. A protonium eruption will occur in 30 seconds.
They're gonna get it here.
Nearest to your base is under attack. The enemy has captured the point furthest from your base.
Move those wheels so you can't escape.
Plutonium eruption imminent. Defend the protonite core to prevent the enemy from harvesting its energy.
not even a 10% difference. So silly.
The seriously beefy looking helicopter you have there.
That's the idea.
Kind of reminds me of Fallman's actually.
Who's?
Just one of the
Well,
long
player from Atlas Core.
Oh, gotcha. No, this is the number of range for sure, so I like scores. But obviously I've
It is under attack. Successfully defended the protonite core.
I'll take this. What do you think?
The enemy has captured the middle point. You have captured the point furthest from the base.
So,
Your annihilator charged to 75%.
I don't recommend charging headlong into Teslas.
Nah, dude, it's definitely a safe and sound strategy. What are you talking about?
Atlas Core way.
Honestly, what I think would be neat is if shields
Under attack.
deflected like a significant amount of Tesla damage. Since Teslas are kind of like a melee weapon, and then, shields tend to be good against melee defense. A lot of other games.
The enemy has captured the point furthest from the base.
But then, like, I don't know, they do very slightly, like maybe 10% extra damage on all the other weapons or something like that, to kind of like balance it out.
Alright, that point holder's going back to the air again.
This is under attack.
I'm on my way.
We're using that.
Play on point if you can.
The enemy's annihilator has charged to 75%.
If I had my little microplane, I'd do better than this stupid sled thingy.
Oh, shoot. That stinks.
Oh no, you're not. I am.
By the way, this will have to be my last game for tonight. I didn't realize what time it was.
Oh, is it late for you?
Yeah.
Ooh, dang, okay.
Under attack. The enemy has captured the point.
How did they get
Oh
near?
no! Oh no! Yeah,
The
they.
enemy has captured the middle point.
Okay. Just cap far.
Capture a point to restore the shield.
I'm gonna harass him over here.
Captured the point furthest from the base. Your fusion shield is now
Go to there.
active.
Or how about you go give all those far of the battle?
You have captured the
That was really
point
close
furthest
to
from
the
the
end.
base. The enemy has captured the point furthest from the base. Annihilator fully charged. Firing weapon in 3, 2, 1.
I don't know.
Victory!
If they had started stealing when our shields went down, they actually could have won that.
They might have, yeah.
Dang.
Wow, they had some pretty serious objective points too.
Yeah,
did.
they were
Yeah.
doing crazy caps.
Yeah, they had a decent chance. I mean, their top player, if he had gotten a score double, he would have been above us. So they were playing well.
Yep.
It was a good match.
I think
was-
they only
that was
had
a
like
fun match.
one person who was like kind of dying a lot. But other than that,
Flood made the difference, I'm pretty sure.